been a fascinating insight into the way that Bomber Thompson, Brendan McCartney have strategically gone about this game. They've really put a heap of work into Matty Scarlett. They've made sure that he hasn't had any time where he's been on his own or loose. They've got Michael Hurley play a really important role in the pod and a lot of heat around the footy. Can they keep it up for one more quarter, the Bombers?
Will we see the boil over of season 2011? Essendon, 30 minutes to go, but they have to maintain some positivity. They can't hang on. They've got to score goals. The Cats will come hard. We know that. Ling puts Geelong inside 50. Pontiac can't take the diving mark. Hurley all over him. Umpire will bounce.
The other thing they've done so well so far in the game has been win the clearances. It's been 30 to 24 up to three-quarter time in Essendon's favour.
Geelong badly needing the first goal and in a position to get it here, but not immediately.
Geelong have laid 82 tackles compared to Essendon 60, but that is because the Bombers have had almost 100 more possessions than the Cats tonight. Controlled possession of the footy.
So Duncan with the distraction job on Fletcher at the moment. Hardingham getting it off to Inspector Gadget, who goes wide and does it well. Margin 17. If the Cats kick the first couple of goals, they will really send a shiver down the collective Essendon spine.
Ottens and Ryder. Front and centre is Monfries. It wasn't Monfries. Yes, it was Monfries. And it's a high ball and it's just marked on the line by Enright. So he's going to drill it long into the pocket. Podsiadly sets himself. Almost took a great mark. Chapman snaps. It's a high ball. Camped underneath it is Fletcher. Prisoner's also there. Fletcher goes to spoil, attacking it beautifully with Stanton. Heppel, good hands. Melksham in the clinches here. The Bombers got to be clean. Heppel squeezes the kick out into the middle of the ground. Cats have the numbers. One of them is Hunt. Good handball off to Mackie. A long ball. Looking for, but unable to find Christensen. Here's Ryder. Zaharakis. Monfries has to release it quickly. Zaharakis desperate. Beautiful handball to Hocking. Now to Crammery. Kicks into the open spaces. Running onto it is Collier. Can't take the mark. Bounces in his favour. Goal! The big first goal goes to the Bombers.
And didn't they play it well? Geelong's pressure was enormous and they worked the handball out. A really smart kick there from Stuart Crammery into space. Collier too quick for Menzel and runs into an open goal. They weathered the storm for 2 or 3 minutes of that opening stanza in this last quarter.
Massively important first goal of the last quarter goes the way of the Bombers after the Cats came right back to within 6 points there in the third quarter. What I've been really impressed with is how well they've been able to get through the Cats' forward press. They've been able to use it by hand and get through and get some really clear one-on-ones inside 50.
Ling just not able to work it clear. Neither was Bartel. Bombers so tough in those centre crushes. Enright out the back. Mackie. Hunt wrong side. Stolen off him by Stanton, who's been very good. But it comes back Geelong's way. Ling, Scarlett now. And Geelong looking for a quick answer to keep themselves in it. And Duncan from a tough shot. 45 out, 45-degree angle. But it is a genuine scoring chance.
Just felt that goal Essendon got was really one against the play because the pressure Geelong was putting on Essendon at that stage was enormous. So I think there's still life left in the Cats. I can see this one going right down to the wire. They'll hit back hard.
They've got to grab their opportunities though. That's the task for Mitch Duncan right now. He kicks well off the boot, but it just hooks enough to hit the post, and the margin is 22 points. I reckon the great achievement of the Essendon coaching panel is they've had this team so devoid of confidence playing instinctive football, and that must have involved a great job of repatching, rebuilding, reprocessing.
Fletcher looks long towards Sill. Good mark taken by Ottens. He's got Johnson loose on the 50, and he kicks in that direction. But chipping in to spoil the day is Michael Hibbert. The 21-year-old's played a great game tonight. He looks for Ryder and finds him at half-back.
It's a good point, Tim. There's no doubt that they would have had a lot of planning, maybe some extra planning meetings this week, because they have got such an intimate knowledge. And I'm sure that Bomber Thompson and Brendan McCartney said, I promise you, if you play this way, you can beat this side. And the plan that they put in place has worked so well.
Holding the ball against Ottens. Free kick go to Hocking. Again, they look for the corridor, the Bombers, as they have for most of the night. Howlett out wide, and the mark's taken by Hardingham. Just a tad too far out to score. Hardingham shorts it. No mark. Attacking it is Davey. Gillies is there for Geelong. He wants holding the ball. Comes out at the back of the pack eventually. Hunt's there. Monfrey's over the top of it. And it'll be a free kick Geelong's way.
Having said that, it's easy putting up the whiteboard and do it in theory. It's a whole different story to actually get out there and pull it off on a big stage like tonight is. And that is where the massive credit relies to a side last week who just thought they've had enough this year. They look tired. They look as though they had a good start and it was going to be too hard. But what an amazing turnaround this has been in the space of just 6 days.
It's the sort of stuff on which the folklore of this game is built, that if you want it badly enough and you're prepared to really go hard enough on a day or a night, you can do it. You can move a mountain, and it looks as though that's what Essendon just might do tonight. Here they go again. Pears, little chip inside to young Dyson Heppel. Such an admirable young player, and this fella's pretty good too. Hibbert wants to straighten up on the left and poke it into half forward. He doesn't poke it quite far enough. Enright in the way. Cats will keep coming. Duncan now down the back. Has a good call from Mackie, who's slipped beyond the centre. And he sees a man running loose inside the 50. It's Stokes, who can go back and have a look at them.
Michael Hibbard's had a big night. If they had said, you'll keep Stevie Johnson to just 13 disposals and no goals, you'd take that every day of the week. But that turnover across half-back really hurt, and Geelong get you on the rebound, and this resulted in a shot to Matty Stokes to maybe keep them in touch in this game of football.
Good man to have the ball. He's 11-2 from set shots for the year, although he doesn't want it. He was always looking. And Chapman from right in front, and a metre or two closer, is an even better man to have it. He's kicked 7-2 from set shots this year, but he is a man who time after time has nailed the important shot. And this is one of those. 22 points down. And yet again, Chappie doesn't let them down.
Such a big-time player, isn't he, Paul Chapman? How often have you seen, look at that, the wink out the corner of the eye. A great vision, that. And they share the footy around inside 50 better and more often than any other side. Great kick. Great understanding what your teammate's going to do.
"20 disposals and 2 important goals for Paul Chapman." Look at that little... I say John Nichols used to do that when he was rucking Tim Lane back in the 60s and 70s. He used to look at the rover and just nod and wink.
Those cold blue eyes.
Worked a treat there for Stokes, who set up Chapman. So the margin's back to 16 points. Here's Bartel, been uncharacteristically quiet tonight. Kicks to half forward, and Chapman again, leading from the front. Long ball. Ottens is there, takes the slider.
Just the massive strength and power of a big man, Lloydie, isn't it? I mean, he called it, and the understanding as well from Chapman. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the physical strength there. I mean, poor old Tate Pears.
And
he
he's
just
a big man too.
Yeah, couldn't compete with the size, and really well played from Geelong. And had a quiet night, Lloydie, but this is why he's such a respected player. He can always go down and do that.
Ottens to make it 10 points to difference.
Summed it up really well, Das. A man mountain, and that's often the body and the contested marks have gone out of the game, and you sometimes wonder what can you do in a marking contest, but he just protected the space for where the ball was going.
Yes, they're on 245. It's a 1990s type figure. Essendon have had 100 more. Here's Howlett. Bold play into the heart of the corridor, and Enright, dangerous man to have against you there. Stokes, clever. Chapman, catch dangerous, poking it forward, but Chapman got it wrong there. Straight to Fletcher. Bombers ball. Oh, and that's a danger ball too. And Chapman is there again. Here's Enright, always had a throw. It's given the green light. Wojcinski, massive kick. Podsiadly went the spoil. Covered for the Dons by Pears, and Hurley swings it clear. Melksham under it, holds on.
Melksham, little short ones, overcooked it. Terrible mistake. Bartel to Johnson. Johnson under pressure. Great tackle by the Bombers. It spills free again. Handball comes towards Prismal. Off to Pears. Pears kicks into the middle and a good mark. Taken by Crammery, who gets it moving quickly. Hill might get there. He does. This time he won't dish off. He'll go back and have a shot.
It was fantastic stuff from David Hill there, and you just saw the coach's box from the Cats with their heads down, because he just gut run. He turned Harry Taylor inside out. You'll just see at the corner of your screen, there is David Hill, who came into the pitch, and look at Harry Taylor just trailing him by 15 metres. He went out and he double-led back, got himself into a great position.
David Hill makes no mistake. Bombers by 16.
Such a big moment for David Hill, and great pick-up, Das. Look at the work rate. 112 kilos, and he's ran Harry Taylor off his legs there to set up that shot for goal. He's doubted himself all week, probably thinking, will I get a game, won't I? Hasn't had the biggest game, but that was a big moment to stand up.
A great response from both Paddy Ryder and this man, David Hill, who just on a big moment in the game worked Harry Taylor up and then back, got some space, and that is a massive goal. The Cats were coming again. The Bombers have responded beautifully.
Almost expected the TV picture to vibrate as the big man thundered across the grass. Free kick Geelong's way. They need at least 3 goals. Bartel, subdued player tonight. That's his 16th use of the ball. He's after Podsiadly. Fine mark on a hard lead with 2 against him.
And Hurley has won the duel tonight. Just 5 disposals for Podsiadly, just 2 behinds. We've seen him have some big kicks against Hawthorn. He kicked 6 straight, but he has missed some crunch goals at the same time this year.
So the whole team, Lloyd, 3-8 from set shots tonight. The Cats, the Bombers have been 8-2. This is huge.
So for a quick reply, I feel he's really got to kick this, and he doesn't. The Cats are running out of opportunities. They still need at least 3 goals if they're to snatch this back and preserve their unbeaten record.
Dustin Fletcher in game number 341. Equaling Chris Grant's record tonight, 12th on the all-time list.
And you just see Matty Stokes on that occasion. He turned back and he said to Josh Hunt, got to give that handball. The team thing to do. I'm running further afield. You don't very often see that with the Cats. They just normally have that instinctive understanding. He went for a miracle goal. Probably wasn't on, and Stokes turned around and let him know all about it.
Hurley. And that's a free kick going to Kelly for high contact. Kelly shorts it. Missed the target. Mark taken by Ryder. So now the Bombers on the rebound. McVeigh. And that's a hold, so it'll be free kick going Hocking. No advantage. So ball's got to come back. Hocking off to McVeigh, into the pocket, looking for Stanton, can't take the mark. Collier coughed it straight up to Gillies. Handball astray, here's Jetta. Crammery, Collier will go all the way himself. Two telling goals in the last quarter to Travis Collier, the sub tonight, and that might be enough.
Yeah, it's a big might, Quarters, because it's 20 points. It's an interesting lead. The Bombers would be thinking, how can we hang on? But there's still 7 minutes of footy to go, so they still have to keep running and attacking for at least the next 3 or 4 minutes.
The pride of the red and black is on display tonight, and it's shock for the Geelong faithful. Chris Scott facing his first defeat as coach. It's not over, but they need 4 goals, and they need them pretty quickly. And they've got to do it against an opponent that just will not yield. Collier playing a big part. Hocking sweeping it for Zaharakis. Zaharakis! Oh, Quarters, it won't happen for me.
And he was told, Zaharakis, his eyes do light up. Darcy loves when the goals are in front of him. And a few of the boys said a handball was on to Alwyn Davey, who could have made it a certainty.
Straight up the guts goes Matthew Scarlett. His target is Ottens, fisted away from him by Ryder. There's little Bombers men everywhere. Monfries is one of them. Swings around on the right, bounces it towards goal, hits the post. Are they home, Matthew Lloyd?
Not just yet.
They're not far away from it. That'll be a free kick to Bartel as Jetta just boxed him out. I wonder if Steve Johnson can have some impact. He hasn't kicked a goal tonight. He has kicked goals in every one of 11 games he's played against Essendon. Here's Otten's long ball, Podsiadly, Hurley the spoil, Chapman, quick hands, Stokes around the corner. One is pulled back.
It's been a fantastic game to watch this, hasn't it? You love the way the Cats just never give up. Tackle count from their point of view tonight at 88, which is right up there. So their effort is just always going to be. They're going to keep coming. They're just going to keep coming and coming and coming this side. They don't know how to lose. They'll just give everything they've got the final part of this game. But all of a sudden, every 50-50 ball becomes massive for the Cats.
Kelly, oh, that's a big smother. A very big smother by Howlett. Ball in dispute. Little soccer off the ground by Motlop. Duncan overran it. Howlett has another crack at it. And it's in the back. Free kick Essendon's way. Desperate stuff from Ben Howlett. Great second effort.
And he'd been down the last month, like a lot of his teammates, Ben Howlett. He's had a big game tonight, but it's Dyson Heppel once again leading the disposals, 28 tonight. Player in his first year, been staggering.
Prismal into the other pocket. Finds Hurley. He kicks to Fletcher. Down the line. Scarlett, oh, they all missed it in the end. Everyone misjudged it. Now Monfries, he's got a loose on in the 50. He finds him perfectly. It's Crammery, and this just about to seal the issue.
That's just about it. 43,806 here tonight, and a massive proportion of those, to me, red and black fans. And have a look at the celebrations. How often have you seen this happen before? Matty Scarlett run underneath the footy. Two Cats players collide, Lloyd. It just doesn't happen ever. And full credit to the Bombers. What a massive upset this is going to be. I reckon they'll run away and have the biggest upset win of the year from him.
And his opponent kicked the goal, but that was the pressure that Matty Scarlett's been under. He hasn't been under that pressure all year. He's been able to roam loose across half-back, and as we...
Geelong free kick in front of goal. So that goal is about to be pulled back. Umpire Margetts against Hibberd, and the normally unflappable former Geelong coach aroused to a certain amount of agitation there. Steve Johnson, to maintain his perfect goal-kicking record against Essendon, clinically slots it, and the Cats are still alive, needing 3 goals in a bit over 5 minutes.
And let's see whether it was there, Tim. We got a shot of it. Stevie Johnson having a crack at Hibbard. It's the bottom of your screen. Stevie Johnson gives one to Hibbard first, a couple. Let's see the response. Stevie Johnson's made the most of that one. At the top of the screen, wasn't a lot in that. Obviously, Hibbard has to be smart about it. Probably should have just held back.
Sucked him in, didn't he, Lloyd?
Yeah, he did.
Just pushed him around. I think umpires caught the retaliation. Not a lot in it. Stevie J's milked one, and that's a response in half a second. So we're back to 16 points. I might have gone a little early.
This is a big clearance, if ever there was one. Oh, and Geelong had it for the taking. He's kicked 2 in a minute. The Cats are coming.
He is a genius, that man on screen there. Have a look at him. This is the quietest night that I've seen him have in about 3 seasons. Michael Hibberd has played a fantastic job on him, Lloyd, as we've spoken about all night. He sucks him into a cheap goal.
Bigger now, Chris Scott. He knows there's still enough time to win this. And it could all come down to this next centre break.
And what Brad Ottens has been doing last kind of set of bounces is getting across the line and trying to take Ryder's jump away. It's what he needs to do again. He can't out-jump Ryder. He's got to take his run.
Ottens the tap in the Duncan direction. The clearance though goes to Melksham. Bombers go to the 50. Front and centre is Mackie. Just throws it on the boot. Into open spaces. Getting there first is Johnson again. Twists, turns, dishes back to Enright. Again just throws it on the boot. Chapman's there, so is Podsiadly. Brown almost took the mark. Ball spills free. Picked up by McVeigh. Little short one. It was an awkward kick, but it's come off okay. Hibberd will see it safely over the line for a throw in. It is the Bombers by 10. Brown's hurt his arm. He's coming straight off.
Let's think of that man who put $1 million on the Cats tonight. How's he feeling right now?
So in the last 5 minutes, Geelong still needing 2 goals. Stokes becoming a factor. Here's Bartel running onto a loose ball. Couldn't crash through, and the Bombers come from everywhere. Jetta receiving from Heppel. He goes as wide as he can, and he got it just right. He got it just right. Kelly was the only man out there. And a throw-in is a great result for Essendon. Kelly appealing for a deliberate high contact there, perhaps. Not paid, I reckon rightly so.
Ryder and Ottens. Ottens goes out the back door to Enright, who got the handball to Ling. He's got loose men in the middle, but the handball went straight to Pears, who took him on and did it well. Ball spills free. Picked up there by Howlett. Good handball to Stanton. Stanton to Collier. Collier draws the player to Jetta, to Davey. Back to Collier, who's kicked 2 big goals in this last quarter. He runs to 45, decides to handball off. Stanton can be the hero. He decides the unselfish play, and he's missed the target. And now the Cats on the rebound.
Brent Stanton had the chance to ram it down the throats of all those who had booed him. Here go the Cats. Bartel perfectly to Duncan, who will line them up from 40. Brent Stanton, the opportunity to kick the goal. Perhaps did not have faith in himself.
Ben, just come out.
And how quickly it can swing. The margin is 10. Mitch Duncan telling himself, don't waver. and he doesn't. The margin is back to 4. This is an unbelievable night.
You're never critical sometimes when you're just trying to do the team thing, but that was one time that Brent Stanton just had to hammer it home and seal the victory for the Bombers. And look what the Cats do to you. They make you pay. We've spoken of centre clearances the last 2. Essendon won the last one. Kept the ball in their forward 50 for a certain time. Geelong go coast to coast and kick the goal. There mustn't be long left, probably under a minute. Look at the crowd. They cannot control themselves. What a clearance this is. Paddy Ryder v Brad Ottens.
Inside 50s, 18-8, the Cats' way in the final quarter. It's Stevie Johnson, it's Chapman, it's all their guns. They don't like losing. They're just fighting this to the very last second.
Ottens the tap to Chapman, caught high. Quick kick by Ling, not 15. Pears has the football, gives it off to Prismal. Prismal goes long and wide, setting himself as Wojcinski. Collier again doing some damage in this last quarter. Releases the handball only as far as Taylor. Taylor to Chapman. Chapman to Kelly. Kelly, hurried kick goes to Stanton, who will slow things down.
Beyond 30 minutes. How many seconds left?
Well, the Essendon runners out there, Tim. He'd be telling them all how long there is to go.
And first year player with the ball, what pressure. He's got to make sure that Essendon maintain possession. He goes for hit. They have refused to let this one go.
Absolutely well summed up, Tim. It was just persistence. It was just great run and great effort and really admirable stuff from a young side who had a horrible week last week. Everyone in the footy world questioning their fitness. Did they go too hard in the pre-season? They ran out of gas and it got all too hard for them. Well, that's just desire. That's just want. I'm going to run hard. Melksham gut run all the way from the middle. He burned a couple of midfielders off. Got himself in the goal square, and have a look at the Essendon faithful at the moment. They could not be any happier, Lottie.
And David Hill's gone to sit back behind the ball in the defence for the Bombers, but Jake Melksham, you deserve that. Career high, 29 disposals, 7 tackles, 8 clearances. The game of your life.
Ottens against Ryder. Ryder beautifully out the back door to Howlett. Howlett kicks a floater to the 50. In front is Cramry. Davey pinched it from 3 Cats. Then he's dispossessed, picked up by Scarlett. Now off to Wojcinski. Wojcinski just drills it as long as he possibly can to the 50. Oh, that's a great mark by Pears. A match-winning mark. And he wastes no time as he spots up Monfries at half-back on the Dockland side of the ground. 32 and a half gone. The Bombers lead by 10. It's going to be a famous victory. To the wing. Hunt sets himself. Cramry gives it off to McVeigh. McVeigh just chips into the hole. Here's Melksham again. What a night he's had. But the Cats get possession. Enright to Scarlett. Scarlett handballs off to Wojcinski. Back to Enright.
Inside to Chapman. Cats are still coming. Poking it forward. Ottens. Time very much their enemy now. Ottens to a long lead from Podsiadly. Through his fingers. Perhaps Geelong's last chance went with it. Stanton, well tackled and dumped unmercifully by Mackey. Away go the Cats. Duncan into the 50 and Johnson. He's got to have a shot surely. 33 and a quarter minutes gone. And he knows there are seconds left. Got to kick a goal. Kick 2 in the last quarter already. It's a mighty roost. He's done it. He's kicked a third. It's back to 4 points. There can't be another twist left in this, surely.
How about that man there? He was beaten all night, Lloydie. Michael Hibbert, I reckon, has done as good a job on him as anyone's done, and the game's in the balance. He goes and kicks 3 in the last quarter, including that miracle goal. It's a clearance. It's an inside 50. James Hird knows what's left on the clock. Surely not. Surely they can't get another one.
And look, if you can get the shot of the Geelong back line, it's just Matty Scarlett. And then down the other end, it's just most of the players are in the defence for the Essendon Football Club.
So you see Stevie Johnson trying to organise it. They've just poured everyone back, as Lloydie said. Look at them all just streaming back, trying to get the numbers there. We need a clearance for Geelong. They need to get it inside 50. Somehow pull off a mark. Is there time?
Ryder got the tap. Ling has a fresh air, socket by Chapman, marked by Monfries. It's over. The Bombers have dared to dream tonight, and the dream has turned into a wonderful reality. A win that will be remembered for many years at Windy Hill, a win that could redefine this football club. And the Cats' incredible winning streak in 2011 comes to an end.